It's like you had to restart the video, so let's try again.
My constituents actually sent this next question, and I figured I'd ask it since I had the same thought. You've said that the U.S. has intact spacecraft. You said that the government has alien bodies or alien species. Have you seen the spacecraft?
I have to be careful to describe what I've seen firsthand and not in this environment, but I could answer that question behind closed doors. Yeah.
And have you seen any of the bodies?
That's something I've not witnessed myself.
Okay, and so with that being said, the other statement that has been made that was intriguing to me it's intriguing because my view has been that we are billions of light years away from any other system. And the concept that an alien species that's technologically advanced enough to travel billions of light years gets here and somehow is incompetent enough to not survive Earth or crashes is something that I find a little bit far-fetched. And with that being said, you have mentioned that there's interdimensional potential. Could you expound on that?
Right, see, even he's saying like he finds it far-fetched that you've got these beings that would travel in these vehicles that defy all physics and man's known sciences for them to somehow crash. You see, it's bullshit, man. Now, that's Esau's modus operandi. He always does that. He always tries to lie. And that's where his power is, in his lies. So, let's get some scriptures. I'm going to start with Zechariah, the 5th chapter, from verse 1. So this is Zechariah 5 and verse 1. You see, as I said, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth, because guess what? The truth's in the Bible. The truth's in the mouths of the prophets that the Most High has set up to declare his intentions before he brings them to pass on the earth. So it says, then I turned. Oh, bear with me a second, I've got to do something. Multitasking here. Forgive me. There we go. Okay, that's almost done. Forgive me, I'm cooking at the same time as I'm doing this lesson. Alright, so it says, Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, so Zechariah saw a flying roll. Now you've got to remember, this is written before the invention of the aeroplane, before the invention of the helicopter. So what on earth was Zechariah seeing? He says, Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. So these chariots are a curse, right? They're a blessing to the elect, but they're a curse to the heathen, right? It says, For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Right, and I shall bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So who is the thief? Esau's the thief. Remember the scriptures say, the thief cometh not but to kill, to steal, and to destroy. How did those Edomites get that land of America? By raping, robbing, murdering, and killing. So they've got that land by shedding blood. So they're the thief, right? So these chariots are all up in, Babylon the Great, which is America, scoping out the scene and waiting for the eventual time when the Most High gives the green light for them to unleash all hell upon that land. And when's that going to happen? When the Most High sends his son, Yahweh Shai, back. That's when those chariots are going to open up and unleash hell. Isaiah 66 verse 15. Let's get it. It says, For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. What is it? Psalms 104 and 3? Let's get that. Precepts just jumping into my head. I'm doing this on the fly. Bear with me a second. Psalms, is it 104 and verse 3? Let me check. Yeah, this is it. Start from Psalms 104 and 1. Bless Yahweh, O my soul. O Yahweh, my God, thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honour and majesty, who coverest thyself with light as with a garment, who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters. Here's the point. Who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. So they ain't caught no fucking alien bodies, man. That's some bullshit Esau's concocted out of his ass. So let me go to 2nd Ezra 13, beautiful chapter, and then we'll close this out. 2nd Ezra 13 from verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved the waves thereof. And behold, and I beheld, and lo, forgive me, that man waxed strong. Who's that man? Yahushai, with the thousands of heaven. So Yahushai is coming with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, they all burned that heard the voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth a fire. So it's talking about a laser beam coming out of the chariot, blasting people. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men. So this is all the nations gathering together to try and fight against the Lord and his angels. This goes into in Revelation, the 12th chapter as well, but sticking on this. And out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. Think of Independence Day when them chariots shoot them lasers. And out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid. So that's the future of Babylon the Great, man. That's the future of anybody in America who isn't of the elect, or isn't of the 1/3 that's going to be delivered. Flame and fire. Isaiah 66 verse 15. I read it already, man. So that's basically what's on the table, man. And Esau ain't ready for that, and he isn't ready for the public to know about that, because you know what? That will destroy his construct of him being the leader of the free world, or whatever they want to call themselves in America. You know, nobody would look at the white man as an authority anymore. They'd see that this is just but a man. This is the man that did cause shake kingdoms, and you know, this is the man. Esau's nothing but a man, and Yahushai, who's not a man, remember it says, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. Yahushai is coming back as the second most powerful force in the universe, and Esau's not going to win that battle. So Lord willing, that's edifying. So with that, giving all praises and all glory once again unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makakadash, double honours unto the elders and apostles of greatness and all well. Shalom to all the Yakim teaching this word with faith and truth and sincerity. And I'm out for this, and I'll catch you on the next. Shalom for now. Wa abba. Kwame Shirala.